best fall decorations. Harry Potter, I have that book. It seems like all of this is something that you need to buy. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. But I can't do that, I'm broke. Ooh, fall bucket list. Let's make a fall bucket list. This is actually good. Because anyone can do that, right? I don't see anything else. Oh my gosh. A fall sweater. That would take hours to do, though. Ooh, lanterns. There has to be a way to do this. That's so fun. Aw, little ghost candles. This is cute. But I don't know how I'm going to make that, but I'm going to figure it out. I have this vision in my head, and I'm going to make it no matter what. Whoa, whoa. Urban Outfitters. Excuse me. No, I'm not. Oh my gosh. 180.
So the first thing we're going to do is actually a fall bucket list. It's not actually if you're going to die. It's just like things to do before fall ends. I'm actually going to do a lazy version that you can totally do more. I'm making my own list, but it's kind of personal. I have some personal goals on there. It's time to start making lanterns.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Decorate this. A cute ghost.
Cut. Now I'm going to glue this top onto another piece of paper. I'm going to glue another blank sheet of paper on top of this. Oh, I'll just fold it. Yeah, fold this side and on the other side too. And then glue them. 6. So I'm not folding this part, like this part that hangs off of this edge. Okay, now the other side. There. So now, like, it's all glued down. Like there were 2 flaps. Okay, so this is what it looks like now.
This is left open when it dries, but I'm not gonna wait. Where you glued it originally, fold it down, this rectangle, like basically. Now it's like this, fold it back up, and then put your hand in. I'll fold that thingy down. I didn't wait until it dried, but now it looks like, ooh, it stands up. That's nice. Watch this. Get a phone. Get a flashlight. This is my mom's phone. And now, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. By the way, if you mess it up like me and it doesn't stand, there's this extra flap here. Just fold that over and it can be like a little stand. Is anyone actually gonna do this though? It could be like a little puppet too. Oh no. Okay, I guess I have to fold this one too. Oh, or cut this and flip one over, but I don't have scissors, so. I'm a genius. It doesn't even have to be a lantern anymore. You can just put it somewhere in your house. And you see it stands all on its own. Set it somewhere. Oh, it's working. Okay. I know. This is not clickbait. I'm actually gonna teach you how to make stuff now. You probably already know how to make paper mache. For the lantern, you need liquid glue, water, a brush, or like literally anything to just put it on. Balloons, any type of paper, but tissue paper is usually the best. And I'm actually being sustainable because this came in a box that was for shoes, because I bought new shoes. Last step is literally just leaves. And you could make leaves, like fake leaves, with paper, or you could buy fake leaves, but I'm gonna get leaves from my backyard. Okay.
Hello, chicks. Hello, chicks.
They don't like me. Okay, so I've collected some leaves from outside, and now I'm just gonna blow up some balloons. Blow up the balloon as big as you want the lantern to be. Okay, you get a little bowl of water. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. However much this is. Don't spill, don't spill. Okay, I knew that was gonna happen, but anyway, this much, I guess. And I don't know how much more I'm gonna add. Then grab your brush and mix it. So mine kind of looks white now. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be upside down. Some of the leaves have stems. If you got like real leaves, you can cut them off if you want. Oh, there's a spider. Well, I guess I should have expected that. I got it from outside. I also think it'll be easier to glue them if they're flat. Some of these are like curled. I guess it could work, like if they get a little bit wet. First step is basically tear this into pieces. Oh, it's wet. And tear little pieces at a time and put them on the balloon. Covered my first layer. Some of them are kind of like hanging loose. So just like pat them down and add the leaves. We don't want it to like be the very last thing because then it's gonna fall off. It needs to be stuck with like another layer on top, but also not the very first layer because then it won't show up. I covered the whole thing just in case I needed to like have more. But yeah, this is gonna be open. We're gonna cut all of this so that it's like open and you can put lights inside, and the leaves are gonna be going towards here. Once you do that, flatten it out and put some paper on top so that it stays flat. When it dries and then you put the lights in it, you'll be able to see it. But just cover it with one layer and then keep going. Okay, I finished putting all of the leaves. I don't know if you can even see them, but they're there. Because I don't want them to like disappear, but I'm just gonna let this dry. So I checked on the lanterns. It failed. I ended up tearing layers to try and save it. But I did make another one, and I'm about to see if this one failed or not. I don't know what I did wrong. It's already deflating on its own. I'm gonna cut a hole. Okay. Whoa. Now I'm gonna put more. I used all 8 of them. I made a whole lantern for nothing. I could do this again, but like it takes so long. I don't really want to. I have to. I mean, I'm making the video. Is this what it's like to be a DIY YouTuber? Like in the 2010s, there were a ton of them. And imagine how much they had to fail just to give us some good content. Like, I would cry. This time I used white tissue paper and I did less layers. Okay, this is the 3rd attempt. If it pops, I'm gonna be really scared. I'll poop myself. It's deflating now. Okay, let's see if it works. This is the newer one that I made and it works really well. I'm gonna add the handles at the top. Use wire or also like string. Curve to the ends of them so they won't fall, and then hang this up wherever. That's what it looks like in the complete dark. It looks really good. I wasn't expecting it to be good. You can hang it up in a tree or like literally anywhere. Okay, so for the next craft, we're gonna be making a ghost. The first thing you'll need is some kind of stick. It just depends on what size you're doing. And then you're gonna need something to keep it on a flat surface to stand up. I'm gonna use a bottle cap. I'm gonna need some fabric. I'm using an old t-shirt cotton ball, and it's gonna go on top so that when this drapes over it, it looks like a ghost. Use a hot glue gun. You stick it on and just let it sit for a little. And I'm actually gonna add hot glue all on the inside. I'm gonna fill the whole thing so that it's like heavier and it doesn't fall over. The next step would be to put this on top to glue whatever it is you're going to use on top. Once it's dry, just place the fabric over it, and you could cut it out into shapes if you want. Okay, so mine's almost completely dry. I'm going to start gluing on the cotton ball. Once it's dry, you can put the fabric on top of it. So it'll look something like this. And now I'm just going to cut it up so that it's a little bit cuter. This is what it looks like. And now I'm going to add some eyes and maybe a mouth. So I'm going to get some washi tape. This has like flowers on it, but it's dark. So I'm going to cut it into eyes and a mouth. My face is right here. And I'll just try and place it. Actually turned my ghost into a smiling ghost. For this craft, you'll need some wire, any size, but I think the thicker ones are better. Just some beads of any size. And then you're gonna get the wire and do 5 to make this one. Some longer ones, the longest ones are gonna go on the sides. Then these can be a little bit shorter. This will be the shortest, and we'll attach them together and add beads. Now I'm gonna wrap it, and I'm actually gonna use a thinner wire to make it look aesthetic in the way that you want it to end up looking. And then you're gonna need these wire cutters. These are really easy to shape. I'm gonna curl the bottom of each of these. A little loop on every single one. So now all of the bottoms are looped like this. Grab your thinner wire or the same wire that you're using and thread it through each of the loops. And now twist it so that it'll be closed. It should look like this. So now I have this little thing here. Wrap the bottom part, holding all of these together. I'm wrapping around. Wrap around to hide the loops if you want to. Up, and now it's more secure. So the next step would be adding beads on every single one of these. Beads up to here. Decorated all of these with beads. And now it's time to add the thing. And I snipped the rest of the wire that was here. I'm going to use that to make the little loops and loop it around the end of this one. Okay, so I've wrapped it around a little bit. And now you're going to add beads on this part too. I'm going to add smaller beads on this part just up until this point. I've added beads to this part, and now curve it a little bit and wrap it around the next line and do the same thing to the other ones. So far it looks like this. This is the next row. When you get to this part, add the last ones and that'll be it. What mine looks like. And now you can hang it up in any corner, however you want to hang it up. Next craft is going to be little candles from the ceiling, but obviously we can't use real candles, so I'm using this. And this one does require you to buy little LED candles, however many you want to hang from your ceiling. The same number of paper, one sheet of paper for each. What you're going to need to do is grab one of these, and you can choose to glue it if you want to. You can also use tape, but you're going to wrap it around. And you could also cut the paper to make it different lengths of a candle. So then you'd just glue this, and you'd have to turn it on before you do that though. Now mine looks like this, and I taped the edges too. And if you don't mind the bottom being empty, you can just hang it up like that. I left a little bit around the edges. Perfect, but I don't care. So you can make it look as neat as you want. And then that's the first candle. I have some thread, and I'm gonna tie it to the top. And then I'll hang it up. And however long the thread is how far down it'll hang from the ceiling. Now I'm just gonna tape them up.
Wow!
Make is butterflies. Just color a sheet of paper to be yellow or orange, and then start making shapes for butterflies that you like, or you can look one up. It's gonna look like this at the end. But fold this over, then trace the butterfly onto it and cut it out, and then decorate it. Finish them. So now I'm gonna tape them onto my lights. For the leaf garland, we're going to need a 4mm hook, some yarn, whatever color you want the leaves to be, and also for the garland. We're going to start with the slip knot. And a slip knot is basically just twist this here, insert this in here, and pull through. And then you can move this one to make it smaller. Put your hook through, and then chain 10. You wrap your hook around, pull through, and that would be 1, and then 2. Once you reach 10, you'll notice this is 1 stitch, and this is the second. So insert your hook into the second, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So grab this and loop it through both of these, and then into this stitch we're going to do a single crochet. So single crochet is looping through, and then looping through those 2. Then into the next 2 we're going to do a half double crochet. So loop around and then insert, pull through, and then pull through all 3, and then do the same thing. Then we're going to do a double crochet, and it's the same thing, but this time we're going to pull through 2 times. So pull through, and then pull through the first 2 loops, and then the last 2 loops, and do that again into the next stitch. And then we're going to do a triple crochet into the next 2. So loop around 2 times, so there's 3 loops, and then go in and pull through the first 2, then the next 2, and then the last 2, and do it again into the next stitch. We're going to do a double crochet into the last stitch. So that's the first half of the leaf. Then the second half, we're going to turn it here, do another double crochet into that stitch, and then turn it, and into this stitch do 1 single crochet, a triple crochet into the next 2, then a double crochet into the next 2, and then a half double crochet into the next 2. Okay, so we're reaching the end. Then do a single crochet into this one, and for the last stitch, which is going to be this tip, go into the top and do a slip stitch, and then chain 1. And then what we're going to do is insert the hook below the tip into the center of the leaf, so it's like this, and the yarn is behind it, so pull the yarn through to the front and loop it through here, and then go all the way down. So enter into the center, pull through from the back, pull through this one, and then keep going. And it's going to create this line down the center. So I'm going to do one more. Okay, so I'm at the very end. So then just pull through and chain 4. In the second chain from the hook, do a slip stitch. And then do a slip stitch all the way down. And then do a slip stitch into the leaf so that it secures the stem to the leaf. And then pull and cut. And then you'll be left with this. So just insert your hook from the back and pull it through towards the back. So now both of the strings are behind it. And what I like to do is pull it tight and then tie these two. You could also just weave it in until you can't see it anymore, but I like to do this. And then cut off the excess. That's how you make a leaf. And you'll repeat that until you make multiple of them in whatever colors you like. So to do the garland, start with a slip knot. And then chain 20. That's 20. And then grab your leaf. And the front part is where you see this line in the center, and then grab your hook, put the stem, the very tip, onto the hook so the front is facing you. And then just grab the string and do like a slip stitch, and then keep stitching. I like to do 8 in between every leaf. So then you've created some distance, and you can add the second leaf and keep going until you don't have leaves anymore. And once you get to your last leaf, chain 20 again so that the end of it can be hung up. I saw this video where you can basically put any prints onto a candle with tissue paper. You can print out an image on the tissue paper, and then we'll melt it onto the candle and it'll stay there. I'm gonna draw some images onto this tissue paper. I drew a rose, cut it out, and now I'm gonna decorate the candle, and I'm also gonna add some washi tape. Okay, so now place your drawing where you want it to go on the candle, and then blow dry it until it's sealed into the wax. Oh, it broke. I broke my blow dryer. Okay, that's fine. So this is what it looks like, but my blow dryer broke. It's fine. Really? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, it genuinely broke. Okay, I guess I'm done. I have this candle holder. I actually colored it with some Sharpie. So I don't know if you guys remember, but in one of the videos, I saw this picture on Pinterest of someone having like a little thingy with a candle and this Harry Potter book for fall, and I have it, so let's recreate that. This fall candle, it's cinnamon bun, so cool, pumpkin cinnamon bun. And now the last step is, of course, the little tray. I don't have a tray, but I do have a kitchen. I'm gonna take one of these. Okay.
3, 2, 1.